Hello. Hey, hey. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hey, hey. How you guys going?
Hey,
How is it?
Do I have it here? Oh, yes.
It's been a while.
you talking to
How's
me?
it going?
Yeah, I'm talking to everyone. Hey, Christian. How you going?
What's good? What's good? Nothing much.
Hey. You're looking all shiny, bro.
I know it's the lighting, bro. It's the lighting.
What's the time over there for you?
6 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Just afternoon.
Great. So, guys, this is Christian. He's based in LA. Are you in LA right now?
Yes, it's kind of like Central California.
Nice. So, Christian, both these guys here are from Melbourne, where I'm originally from.
Hey, nice to meet you guys.
Hey, great to meet you.
We'll just wait a few minutes for everyone to join, and then we'll go ahead and get started.
Cool.
All the calls will be recorded too, so just in case you guys need to like revisit them, you can do that. I'll upload it all like in the Slack channel like after each week. Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
this week, oh, someone's here. So this week is just going to be a prep call. It's actually, we're considering this week as like week 0, so it doesn't technically count as one of the 12 weeks. But I thought I'd use the time to kind of like intro everyone and get everyone kind of up to speed with it all. Hey.
Is based on is so influenced by
Hello.
we learn by what is going on in our mind, and we also need to check that with.
Okay. Hey, Allison. Hey, Han. I think everyone's here now. We're just waiting for, I think, one more person actually. So we'll just wait for Jordan and then we'll get started. Hi, Allison. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Good. We're waiting on 2 more people and then we'll go ahead and get started. Just message them. What's the time for you, Allison?
It's 8 o'clock, but that's
Oh,
fine.
wow.
I don't really have, I was like, oh wait, are we gonna do this call every weekend at 8 on a Saturday? I'm like, I guess I have no life.
Oh, it's okay. We'll make it worth it.
Oh, for sure.
We'll make it a party.
I'm not concerned.
Hey, Zara, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Hey, all good, all good. Is Jordan with you as well?
No. I'll just
okay.
go out and tell him to join.
Okay. Oh, no, he's here.
Oh, you're on?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and get started. Before I start, just a couple house rules. I think for the sake of like things not lagging out and stuff like that, let's all try keep everyone at like mute and with cameras off until you guys like want to, butt in and ask questions and things like that. Also, the calls are going to be recorded and they're going to be uploaded to the Slack channel like after every week. So don't worry about missing out on certain parts if you have to duck out or whatever. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. We'll get started. This week is actually week 0. So it doesn't technically count as an official week out of the 12 weeks. But I wanted to use this time to kind of induct everyone and get everyone on the same page. So can you guys all hear me all good? Yep. I'll full screen this and then we'll go.
Yeah.
Started. Hey, Jordan, how you going?
What's good?
What's up? Okay, let's go. So this week is week 0. It's essentially a planning week. And I don't want you guys to overlook this because it does seem simple, but it also is probably one of the most important weeks out of the 12 weeks that you guys are going to get. So firstly, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate you guys and for listening to your gut and doing the right thing and investing in the 12-week coaching program. That decision to invest has the potential to become the biggest, single most important investment of your life because it contains information so powerful that it can and will change everything for you and your future. So congratulations. You just got your hands on a system less than 1% of e-commerce business owners will ever know exist. A system so powerful that it's literally going to give you an unfair advantage over everyone in your market. This is the same exact system I was able to generate over $6 million to revenue in date. And that number is actually still growing because I still run e-commerce stores at the moment, while only working 8 hours per week. And I did it all without having to manage my store, launch ads, deal with customers, do the marketing, fulfill the orders, do product research, or even talk to a single customer, or even have to worry about the next sale and where it's coming from, because I got a system that does it all for me. And now it's going to do it all for you. So all you guys have to do is implement it, and it's that easy. Are you guys with me at the moment? I think I just lagged out a little bit.
Yes.
No, we're good, bro. We just muted
With
everything.
you.
Let's go.
All right, cool. All right, let's go. So before I get you guys onto the system, we got to get to some basic parts here. So I assume everyone here has got the Slack messaging app.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, great. I want you guys to just go into the resources tab of this of the Slack app and then click onto the 12-week $1 million execution sheet. There should be a link there to the Google Docs. So let me know when you guys have that all up. I'm also going to do this myself with you guys. So let's do this. Okay. Now, once you guys have the sheet up, it should look like this. What I want you guys to do is just quickly make yourself a copy of this. So just go to File and then make a copy. So no one else can see like your personal sheet except you. So once you make a copy, you can just name it like your name, like please 12-week mastermind.
Is this in Slack, bro?
This will be, yeah, the link to that will be in Slack. So let me show you live.
So Slack, and then what in which channel? General.
So Slack, and then it will be in resources here. And then up the top, you should see the 12-week execution sheet. And then just click on the link here.
Perfect.
Okay, great. So just make a copy of that once you access it by just going to File and then make a copy. Okay, once you make a copy, you can rename it and then just go to the goals tab here, which should be the second tab. Okay, I'll give everyone a couple of minutes to get this sorted. And then once you guys are good to go, we're actually going to do this together live. So essentially this 12-week calendar sheet, it should be your home screen, or every time you open up your web browser, it should be one of the first tabs that you open, because essentially we're going to be working from this execution sheet throughout the 12 weeks. Okay. And if you guys are wondering where this concept comes from, it's actually from a book called The 12-Week Yearbook by Brian P. Morgan. It's a really good book. Essentially, it is all about how to cram in a year's worth of stuff into 12 weeks and how to achieve more than what most people achieve in a whole year in 12 weeks. And also the focus here is to keep it simple. So we'll be going through with this, doing this together, but we don't want to complicate it. So it might look a little bit complicated now, but it's actually going to be really simple to use. So once you guys have this sheet, what we want to work with in the beginning is we want to set some goals for ourselves. You guys can do the personal and self-improvement stuff later on your own as well. For the sake of this exercise, we're just going to be focusing on the business goals here, and everyone is going to have different goals. So just to let everyone know on this call, a few of us are at kind of different stages with the whole e-commerce thing. A couple of you guys already have stores. that are already running. Some of you guys already have brands that wanting to start e-commerce stores with, and some of you guys are fresh and wanting to start completely new and don't have a product to sell yet. So that's fine. This is going to cover everyone. And the goal is going to be kind of just based on what you personally want to achieve over the next 12 weeks. So it's going to be slightly different for everyone. For example, for someone like you, Jordan, you already have your brand and your store up and running. It could be something like, acquiring 500 new customers for over the 12 weeks, or Edwina, for you, it could be, launching your chief brand and getting at least like 1,000 people visit your website, or just list out as many things as you can with the goals. And then once you guys have listed that out, so I'll do this with you guys. So for the sake of this 12 weeks, I'm actually going to start a brand new store with you guys and do this scratch from the beginning. So I want to scale a new drop shipping store to 100K in revenue over 12 weeks. That's one of my big goals. Another one for me is I want to sell some of my other stores, sell pre-existing e-com store for 5 figures. That's another goal of mine over the 12 weeks. So you can have like as many goals as you want. For now, don't be shy. Just write down as like whatever you guys can think of. It can be as ridiculous as you guys want. It can be conservative as well if you want. Just try list out at least 3 or 4 different things here under the goals section.
So wait, I'm just trying to make a copy of this right now.
Yep.
I don't have file. I'm on an iPad. I'm trying to figure out how to.
Oh, you're on an iPad. Okay. Could you see the file tab here up the top?
One sec. Go ahead.
Yep.
No, I'm on the app. Should I just be on the internet though, instead of the app?
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as you can. Are you talking about the Excel app or a different app?
The Google Docs, what you're on right now.
Yeah, it should be fine. I think you should be able to work off that.
Yeah. Just let me have a look. Sorry, bro. I'm just trying to figure that out.
That's okay. So guys, we're not going to finish this on the call today. You guys are actually going to go off and finish this on your own, but I want you guys to get started. So we're going to actually spend a good 10-15 minutes to get through this individually together, like right now. And I'm going to explain how it all works. So once you guys list out your goals, now we want to turn those goals into tactics. So what tactics would allow us to achieve the goal that we have set? These don't have to be solid right now. It can just be ideas that you think will work. So whatever you guys think in your head, we just want to get your ideas on paper essentially for now. And we'll clean this up as we go. And how this column works, for instance, for me, like one of my goals is to scale a new dropshipping store to 100K. So a tactic for that would be to brainstorm and select new store product niche. Okay, and that's going to start in week 1 for me, and I probably want to end that before week 4, so I can move on to the next phase of things. Another one could be like upload store sale listing on Shopify Exchange, Flipper, Empire Flippers. So this is for my goal number 2. I want to sell one of my pre-existing e-commerce stores. So I want to start that in week 1. And ideally, I would like to sell it by week 6. Yeah. So you want to go ahead and just try list out all the tactics for the goals that you have set in mind here. As many as you can for now, because we can always clean this up later. And now while you guys do this, I'm going to explain to you guys the concept of like, are you guys familiar with like lead indicators and lag indicators for goal setting? So essentially, lead indicators are things that you can control. It's your output, such as I'm going to work 5 hours a day, 5 times a week. That's a lead indicator. A lag indicator is the outcome or the result. For example, 100K in revenue for the month. That's a lag indicator because we don't actually control the outcome. That indication of that sales revenue number or whatever that thing is, it's going to be a lag. It's always going to come after, you know, it's going to be the fruits of your labor, right? So that's what we consider a lag indicator. Also, like generating 100 new customers, that would be a lag indicator. A lead indicator would be something like, I'm going to start like an email campaign to send out 5 times a week to generate, you know, new subs or whatever. So we want to keep that in mind here because everything that we do on the next sheet here in week 1, it's going to be based on lead indicators opposed to lag indicators. So I'll get into that in a bit more depth. So once you guys have, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set a timer here on my phone for 7 minutes. You guys are going to just fill out this sheet here, goal 1 and tactics for goal 1 under the business column. And I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes from now.
So if we real quick, yeah, I'm
Yes.
obviously just still trying to figure this out. With this on my Google Doc here, does it even have to be replicated? Because if I'm signed into it, like when I say replicate, does it have to be copied? Because if I'm signed in, then surely like that would just be me that can view that, right?
I think you do have to copy it. Otherwise, I think I can see what you wrote on the original one. But
you got you. It's okay. I can just copy everything. It's quite simple, but then I'll just delete the original. Yeah.
actually, you know what? Don't worry about it. You just use the current one that you're doing, and I'll just create a new one on my end. So it should be fine. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Is anyone else having any like technical issues with this?
No, we're good.
Okay, great. If you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I am timing you guys, so you guys got like another 8 minutes to try fill out this sheet. Yeah, so Han just asked here, is it just one tactic for each goal? No, you can do as many tactics for that goal that you can think of. So the more you have, the better. This isn't going to be your final version anyway. It's just more like a brainstorm. So try get as much out as you can. If you feel like you're running out of space here, you can always copy and paste it onto your own Google Sheet or just write it on paper for now. Okay, 5 more minutes, guys. So also while you guys are planning your goals, setting your goals, it's also important to think in the back of your head, like what is your North Star? Because it's different for everyone. Some people in here, they want to replace their regular job income so they can quit their 9 to 5. Other people just want a side hustle. Other people want to kind of really establish a brand that they can own long term, and exit for high, 7, 8, 9 figures. So what's like your North Star, and let that drive the goals that you set for yourself. Okay, 2 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and continue on. Okay, guys, 30 more seconds. Okay, that's 10 minutes up. Okay, now we're actually I'm going to ask you guys to share some of the goals that you guys set for yourself. So we'll just go around I'm going to call it a virtual circle, and get everyone to share their goals. So let's go alphabetically. I think, who's first? I think Christian, I think you're the first one up in the alphabet. Do you want to share? Oh,
Yeah, do you want me to screen share or just talk about it?
You can just talk about it.
Oh, for sure. So I want to scale my dropshipping store to 50K. That's my goal right now.
Okay.
I want to also experiment with different advertising platforms, such as like TikTok, Pinterest, and maybe Facebook Marketplace. That's one I'm kind of want to dig into. And then I also want to have reserves of business managers. A lot of them get banned in my experience, so it's just good to have backup.
Yep.
But my goal right now is to connect my followers from Facebook Marketplace to my Shopify store, somehow use it as like an upsell system that utilizes my Shopify store. And with
Okay.
that, yeah, so I want to find reliable suppliers, connect my Facebook followers in like 4 to 8 weeks, and then finally automate the system with VAs at kind of like 8, 9, 10 week scale.
Okay, so I hear a lot of tactics here, which are great. So let's just distinct between what's your goals and your tactics. So is your grand goal here to achieve $50,000 in revenue on your Shopify store? Is that the ultimate goal here?
Yes.
Okay, great.
On the Shopify store, yeah.
Great, and that's a brand new store for you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Haven't started it yet.
Yeah, reasonable goal. Yeah, I think it's definitely achievable. Who wants to go next? Edwina?
Some products in development, and I'm about to start building a site. So my first goal is to get the site live and trading. Second, to drive 1,000 visits to the website. Third, to do 25 sales. 4, add new styles for Christmas to the website. 5, 2,000 visits to the website. 6, 50 sales.
Okay, great. I just forgot that Allison, I should have probably asked you first since your name starts with A. So do you want to go next?
Let it. Edwina can finish. And did she finish?
Yeah, Yeah,
Oh,
I got that. I got that, Edwina. So you
Yeah,
had,
yeah, I'm done.
yeah.
That's all good. Mine are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, no, I think it's pretty achievable too.
Okay, so I wrote down that I want to scale so I have a store that's currently up and running, a dropshipping store. I wrote I wanted to scale it to 500K in revenue, but I don't know if that's like insane.
It's not.
Okay. And very critically achieve at least a 15 to 18% margin. So the tactics for these goals, for goals 1 and 2, are right now to fix this issue I've had with Facebook marketing not really performing and increase the ROAS, ideally above 3. Hire and train VAs to create strong social media content. Like Christian was saying, I also want to explore new social media channels like Pinterest and TikTok and Facebook Marketplace. Then I want that VA to create email marketing content, grow the email list to at least 5K, which is like 5X now what I have. Create and launch a regular email marketing plan, do product research and launch 6 new products, and then hire and train a VA for the back-end admin work.
Great. That's awesome. That's an awesome list. That's a
Okay.
very good list. Yeah, so far so good. If I could give anyone feedback out of here, Edwina, I think the only thing that I would call you out on here for you would be the 1,000 visits to the website. Yes, that's a great goal to have, but also we're going to smash that very quickly. Like 1,000 visits, you should be getting that in a day with Facebook ads. So let's put that there as a goal, but also have that as more like a low level goal that will probably smash out in the first few weeks.
Yes, music to my ears. Thanks.
Okay, great. All right, Alison, that was great.
Thanks.
Okay, who wants to share next? Jordan, do you want to go next?
Yeah, sure. I'll go next. I think my list is trash.
That's okay.
I'll start with that. Okay, but I'll intro. Obviously, well, not obviously for you. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about. I've got a brand that has just launched recently. You know, has been worked on for say 3 years now. We just got one product up. It's cosmetics, predominantly male. Basically, my goals, everything's pretty much set up apart from marketing, essentially. So there's no Facebook ads, there's no Instagram ads, there's none of that. So I don't know too much about that side of things, but basically the goals would be to over the 12 weeks, the main one would be to sell to 1,000 new customers. I think that was a good goal that you said. Plus, I've only got about 1,600 products that are produced right now of one SKU, so I can't go too over the top before I have to reproduce. So that's the goal there. In between is just to basically set up all of that stuff, man, and then eventually get it automated. Whether or not we'll get it automated within the 12 weeks, I think that's achievable. You know, through VAs, etc. But yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've got so far.
That's great. That's cool. So you said 1,000 customers, you want to sell out your inventory of 1,600 units, you want to start paid outreach or some sort of marketing, have some sort of marketing strategy. Yeah, that's great. Also, Edwina, I think you and Jordan are quite similar in terms of you guys both have brands that you're working on and wanting to launch online. So for the rest of you guys in the group here, Jordan is by background, his trade is he's a barber. And he's been working on a men's hair care, like hair grooming product. And Edwina, she runs a agency in Australia, deals with a lot of streetwear clients and does a lot of events and things like that. She's currently working on her own line of jewelry, her own brand. So I think you guys there's a lot of things that I'm going to talk to you guys about that's going to apply to both you and Edwina here in the next coming weeks. Awesome. Okay, Max, do you want to go next?
Yeah. So I just want to start learning about e-commerce and then scale a $100,000 revenue store. Then we'll be able to work from home and just quit my other job and be able to expand it and have a main product to just run in my store. But right now I'm just starting everything. So
yeah, that's great. Okay, Han.
Yes. So it's myself and Shukriya here. And really, first goal would be like what you had there, to scale the new dropshipping store to 100K in revenue in 12 weeks with margins that are respectable, which we need to learn about what's possible and what's not. Second would be to leverage our social media following that we have on YouTube and TikTok, and just create some social proof around the brand or whatever it is that we end up moving forward with. And thirdly, to hire a VA and automate whatever is possible to automate.
Amazing. Awesome. Okay, and Zara, you're last.
Yeah, hi. I'm quite new to it, so I have pretty basic goals at the moment. Just find a product and a niche, create an online store, and learn about marketing and e-commerce and whatnot.
Sweet. Cool. Yeah, so that's great, and thank you everyone for sharing. I really appreciate that you guys actually took the time to take this seriously and plan your goals out. I know a lot of people that I get them to do this and they kind of like scratch their heads. They're like, what is this airy fairy shit? But I'm telling you guys now, like the reason why, or I guess the reason why I say this is easy, because it's not easy because you don't have to do any work or anything like that. It's easy because you have a clear and concise plan to work from. So that is the easy part. Once you have this down pat, you don't have to wake up in the morning and wonder what you have to do for that day. It's going to be very clear for you, and you're going to feel bad about something if you don't get the main things done for that day or for that week. So it's more of an accountability thing, and it's really the thing that makes this move, because without this, there's no structure, there's no plan. And also you kind of lose momentum, especially trying to do e-commerce or drop shipping, or just even running your own solo operation, doing anything. The hardest part usually is just staying on track with yourself. People get distracted, people lose sight of their goals. Stuff happens all the time, right? But because we have this sheet to work from, it's really, it creates a foundation for us, and gives us a guide for like what we should be doing when we wake up every morning, and when we log in to do work every day. So the next step here is actually what's going to happen now is, you guys see the tabs down here, there's all these weeks. We're going to fill out week 1, which is going to start essentially from tomorrow. Okay, so this week I called it week 0 because it's essentially a planning week. I want you to spend this whole entire week really planning and making a kind of like priority for yourselves to make this fit with your current schedule. So I know some of you guys work full time, other you guys have other businesses and things like that. So for the sake of being realistic with your other commitments, we want to work around whatever we have going at the moment. Okay, so week 1, how this document works, essentially, you on the left hand column here, you write task to create a task, and then you write in what that task is. For example, I wrote there, get shit done. It's like get shit done again, right? And then once you've done that thing, you just mark it off by pressing X. And it's going to, there's an already pre-built calculator in here. It's going to kind of give you a score on your output. So for example, you plan out the week, right? And say you had, 25 tasks planned out for that week, but you only ended up marking off like 2 out of the 25. Then your percentage of tasks completed for that week is going to be in red. Once you hit more than 80% of that week's tasks, once you've completed more than 80% of that week's tasks, that tab will turn green. That means you're all good for that week, more or less, like you're on track to hit your goal. Okay, so essentially what we want to do is we want to every day and every week make sure we're keeping our head above water in terms of our percentage completed to stay on track with the goal. Okay, and then on this goals tab here, it's going to give you a weekly tally of like how you went for that week. You had total amount of tasks was 8 and you completed 2, so you got 25% of that week done. Okay. And this is all subjective because it's all on you guys. Like whatever you guys put in is what you guys sign up for, really. So everything is kind of like on your own accountability, and also the benefit of that, it's also flexible for whatever you guys have going on at the moment. So now we want to try do this now, actually. So the hard part with anything really is to get familiar with something and get started with something. So the purpose of this call is just to get you guys familiar and to get you guys started, because after this call, you guys are actually going to spend some time on your own to fill this out properly, clean this up, and do this properly, like clean it up and add more if you want, and refine your goals and things like that. And you want to fill this out. And then I'm going to catch up with you guys throughout the week, between Tuesday and Saturday, to review your tactics and goals individually. So that's going to be a 10-15 minute call individually, and we'll schedule a time through Slack or WhatsApp. And yeah, we'll talk about that, your personal goals and your tactics. So for now, I just want you guys to spend a quick 5 minutes to fill out week one. Like, what is your tactics for week one? Fill out the whole week and be realistic. Because say you guys work, say 9 to 5 or something, you guys should write here, like, go to work 9 to 5, because that's part of the plan. You have to do that so you can get on to do my own shit, right? For my personal one, like, I'll show you guys, I have things like even just like go to the gym, because I know that helps me with my focus and my mindset, you know? Try fill this out as much as you can. Also, don't shoot yourself in the foot by overfilling it, because it is your own commitment, and it's based on what you can achieve. If you feel like you can only achieve 5 things in that week, that's fine. Write down the 5 things there. Like, what's the most important 5 things that you should achieve for that week? So it can be half blank if you want. It can be completely full if you want. It's up to you guys. Okay. So if that's clear, let's just take 5 minutes now to fill out week one. Okay, I'm going to set the timer up. So guys, remember, this calculator is a little bit weird. So you have to create the task on the left-hand side first before you write the actual task in the main area. Okay, guys, we'll take 2 more minutes to fill out the sheet, and then let's keep moving forward.
So you said the this week should be about like planning. So should the tasks then be around planning or achieving the goals? I'm like,
Yes. So to answer your question, it's like well, in theory, it is adding to achieving your goal, but the focus this week is to make sure that you have the plan set to achieve that. So what that means is like you want to be realistic with your current lifestyle, your current schedule, and see how we can work this in to achieve that goal at the end of the 12 weeks, but still be realistic to the things that you have going on a day-to-day basis.
okay.
So for me, right now, guys, I'm actually writing a book. So that is taking a lot of my bandwidth away from doing a drop shipping operation. Also, I have to consider the coaching program that I'm doing with you guys. I have to block out certain times of the week to focus on that. So I'm putting that in my weekly schedule. The real point of this, Allison, is to get us familiar and get us used to using this as a system. That's the real kind of point behind it.
Okay, so that's the point, is that you're trying to systematize things for us. So we have, like, when we wake up in the morning, we know what we're doing. We know what we've achieved for the week against goals. Okay.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because I keep being like, is this even the right thing I should be doing? And that's what
Don't worry. If you feel like it's right or wrong, or like if you're not sure, that's fine. So on our one-on-one, Allison, we're going to go in depth about your tactics and your goals, and we're going to get real in depth about like your specific plan. But for here, I think the point here is to just get it all out, get all the crap in your head on paper. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, let's just take one more minute.
Quick question for you.
Yes.
In my schedule, I've got a bunch of things that have no connection to, I guess, my goals for my online store. Should I only put task next to the things that are related to this and not the other things?
It's up to you. For me, I put everything on here just so I know what my bandwidth is.
Yeah.
For example, like I have, that book thing I'm working on. I even put my gym schedule in here because I know like I need to go to the gym 4 times a week for me to be at like high output, like high, be at a good mindset to achieve what I want. So even if it's not directly relevant, I feel like it will somewhat on some level be relevant to you. And if it is, put it on there.
Cool. Okay. Got it.
And after the call, guys, you guys can go ahead and do the personal and the self-improvement goals as well. The second and third boxes on that goal tab. That really helps for me because I think just having more like a holistic approach to like a work-life balance, I feel is better for me. I don't know. I think everyone might be different, but yeah, for me, it just kind of helped having those personal goals in there as well as business goals.
Whereabouts is the personal goals section?
Yep. So it would just be here, Jordan, on the goals tab here.
Oh yeah.
Two and number 3. Yeah. Yeah. So like just to share with you guys, my personal goal is like I want to lose 5 kilos because I got fat as fuck after going to America. So that's one of my personal goals. So some of the tactics under that would be, go to the gym regularly, eat under a certain amount of calories, blah, blah, blah. My self-improvement one, I'm probably going to put like read 10 books in 12 weeks. Might do like meditate every day, 5 times a week, just to give you guys some ideas. Okay, let's move on. You guys don't need to have finished this now. You guys are going to take some time for yourself to do this before you schedule in the one-on-one call with me. So as long as you guys got started, we're all good because the point is to really just get you familiar onto this and get you guys used to using this as a workflow. So we're going to continue on. I'm just going to share with you guys now the resources that you guys have access to and what they're going to be used for. So I'll just take a quick 5 minutes to explain all this. So hopefully you guys can still see my screen. So under the resources tab, you guys should be able to see different things that I wrote here. How to access them. Usually there's a thread under each heading that will pop up with the column on the left that will have the links or the documents for each thing. So the first thing we want to have a look at here is the Rapid Product Launchpad. You guys accepted the Asana invite, so you guys should be able to get this. We want to use this for ourselves, but especially more so once we have a team doing this stuff for us. Okay, so once you access Asana, click on the board tab and you're going to get this view once you click board. Okay. Now, this is essentially the workflow that we use to launch our products. Don't worry if you guys aren't drop shipping. This still applies to any product that you launch. So someone like you, Jordan and Edwina, it will be based on per campaign rather than per product. For example, you might be running a Black Friday sale campaign and then, you know, that's going to go through the same workflow. You're going to have edit or the first draft of the video or the ad creative. You're going to have, you know, a list of changes, ad copy, so on and so forth. Okay. I already pre-filled this in with some examples for you guys. You guys can go ahead and use them if you want. Like, I don't care. These are actual real products that I launched myself. This is all real work, so it's not just mock-ups. So you guys can use them as well if you want to, but yeah, just more or less just use it as a template for now. How it works is each card is essentially its own product or campaign, and then under each card there's going to be different subtasks where we upload different kind of assets. For example, under the video creation, there's going to be all the video ads there. Under the price, that's all the prices that we tested with the conversion rates and so forth. All this stuff, you don't need to, I guess, stress that much about it because essentially your team runs this for you. All you really need to understand is how it runs. Okay, because once we start hiring VAs and stuff, that's when we need to really use this to see what's going on the top line level view sort of thing. And now as the weeks go, I'm going to be adding different Asana kind of workflows in here. It's going to be relevant to whatever we're talking about in that week. So don't worry too much about the other stuff for now. For this, we're going to really go in depth about product research next week. In the meantime, you guys can go in and just have a play around with it and check out some of the resources in here. So there's a quick guide on like how to validate a product, things like that. That just links to our master sheet, which is the next resource we'll talk about. So the product research cheat sheet and the master sheet, essentially it's this and this. So the product research cheat sheet, this is for you guys to have a read of. These are all the different apps that you can install. Most of them are free. I'm going to go more in depth about this on next week's call, but if you guys want to just get a head start and, you know, consume some of this content and check it out, feel free. If you have a list of questions after reading this document and all the other documents, gather the list together to ask before on next week's call before the slides. So there's going to be a Q&A before and after each presentation. The questions before the presentation is going to be, you know, all the questions that you guys might have gathered throughout that week, that previous week. And then the Q&A after the presentation is going to be more or less questions around the presentation. Okay. So you guys should have access to all this. Let me know if you don't. I'm pretty sure all you guys do have access to this though. And yeah, just have a read. If there's anything confusing, don't worry. It's probably going to be explained in next week's call. But if there's anything pressing that you really are just dying to know, feel free to reach out and ask me. Okay. The product research master sheet is this, and you guys have access to my actual sheet. So feel free to use this. To create your own, just go make a copy and start a new document. These all on here are actual real products that my product researcher found using our process. And they're also available to you guys, as I mentioned to you guys before you guys joined the program. So yeah, that's a head start for you guys. Check out some of these products. You can use any of them if you want to. We'll be going through product research in more depth next week though. So yeah, that's there for you guys. The target CPA and ROAS calculator looks like this.
Wait, real quick, yeah. On the
Yeah.
list of those products there, they're green, red, yellow. Is
Yeah.
that for if they're like unique or not, or what are those colors?
Yep. So why are they color coded? So we just rank them because there's so many products that come on here every day. We can't test all of them. So we have to filter through them. So essentially green is top priority. Yellow is a maybe. Red is probably not so likely. And it's just for us to filter through so many products. So essentially we'll put all the products in here. We'll check them out. We'll probably pick up top 5 or 10 for the day, turn them green. Kind of like ones in the middle, we'll turn them yellow. The things that we think probably won't fly or won't be worth testing will turn red.
Cool.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Cool. All these columns, all these things, we're going to go in depth about product research next week. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. For now, I'll just go through all the resources. So this target CPA ROAS calculator is going to come in handy once you start doing paid outreach. So for you guys that don't know, paid outreach is essentially just paid advertising, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, so on. This essentially will calculate how profitable or not profitable we are on the paid outreach side of things. Don't worry about this too much right now. This is more like a week 3-4 thing. So don't worry about it. Once we start talking about Facebook ads and that, we'll get knee deep into the numbers side of things. For now, just make sure you have the resource. Okay. And then now the next one is the paid outreach tracking sheet. This is going to be used for when we hire VAs to run ads for us. And it typically just looks like, where is it? Just like this. So an example here is just like, Pinterest ads, how it went for the day. And our VA, our media buyer fills this out on a day in, day out basis. So you as the business owner, you don't have to log into each ad platform every day to see what's going on. We just get our VAs to do this for us. Okay, and the next one is the unit economics calculator. This is really interesting, guys. And I urge you guys to play around with it, especially those of you guys with a brand in here. This is going to help for you guys in the long run, because essentially what it calculates is if you have your front end offer, if you have your add-on or your bumps, and then your upsells on the back end. So how to work this is, this module will come later on in the weeks, but I'll just give you a quick demo now. What is your revenue goal for the year? So like, let's say mine is like 10 million, right? It tells me, oh, that's 1 million. So it tells me to hit my 10 million goal for the year, I need to do 830K per month. That's 190K per week. And it's 27K per day in revenue. And then, you play around with your numbers, whatever your sell product is, and then your conversion rate, and it's going to spit out like a number for you. Don't worry too much about how to use this for now. Like, we're going to get in depth about it later on, but yeah, it's a really cool tool to use. The next thing is the P&L master calculator. This is more relevant for when we get to the stage of either selling your business or looking for investment for your business. So for me, part of my strategy, which I'll share with you guys as well, is I scale up my drop shipping stores, and whichever stores don't turn into private label brands, we sell off. So we actually sell our drop shipping stores like as drop shipping stores. And part of that requires a P&L statement. So this essentially is for that. If you guys are at that stage, or if you do plan on having an exit for your store, this will come in handy, and I'll be guiding you through how to do this once we get to that stage. That's that. And then the store theme templates, that's just some Shopify templates themes that I use. So if you have a look at, where is it? P&L should be store theme templates. Yeah, I think there's 2 themes here. I'll just show you guys what they are. So one of them is just this one. These are all my stores, by the way. And I have some other ones too. It's just I put a couple in here for now. That's what I'm using at the moment. So this is like one of my bike accessories dropshipping stores, and you can download the theme to use this. It's just a customized theme based on one of the free themes that I had. So yeah, feel free to use that. The other one is called Honey Patch theme, which is just this. So feel free to use either of those, or if you want to use any other themes, feel free. You don't have to use these. And as I find more, I'll start adding them into the Slack channel as well. Keep in mind though, once we start building out the store and that, we need to optimize for mobile. Both these themes that I uploaded, they're both optimized for mobile. So yeah, feel free to use them if you want. Yep. And now, as I said, there's going to be more resources added in the following weeks. I'll probably put them in as I find them more relevant to that topic for that week. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'll definitely notify you guys as well, you know, as I upload more content into our Slack and things like that. If you guys can't access any of these resources, please hit me up and I'll sort it out for you. In the meantime, just go through them and look through them. Feel free to play around with them. If there's any questions that you guys have surrounding them, feel free to ask. Or, you know, if there's any technical issues there, definitely reach out to me as well. Now, things that you guys need to prepare for this 12 weeks. Firstly is your Shopify store. Now, you don't have to use Shopify. You can use other things like, you know, Big Cartel, Wix, or even ClickFunnels and things like that. Reason why I recommend Shopify is just easy. And like, there's so many apps and stuff that come with Shopify that just make it a lot easier for you to run an e-commerce business. And also most of my lessons are going to be based on like using Shopify as the main channel. So if you guys do use other platforms, that's totally fine. But just disclaimer that I will be teaching mostly through Shopify. So whatever differences there are with your platform, that's probably kind of like outside of my scope. Okay, so just sign up for a free trial now at shopify.com and start playing around with it. I would recommend for you to create another separate email just for this, like a store email. It can just be a Gmail in the beginning. So create a store email. We'll change that over to the domain once we have the domain name figured out and bought. So for now, Gmail is fine, or, you know, Hotmail or whatever you want to use. And then the third thing you need is a Facebook account. Now, this is the tricky thing, okay? Your Facebook account must be unrestricted with no prior violations on your account, okay? I know, Max, I've burnt through your account in the past, so I have a solution for that. Yeah, but Max, I kind of fucked your account up. Sorry about that. Yeah, for the rest of you guys, if you have an issue with your Facebook account, you know what? I'm actually going to just show you guys now, just in case some of you guys do have problems with this. So I have issues with Facebook. So I use this service called Advertisely. If you guys want to use this, hit me up, because I have a direct contact on Telegram, which is a messaging app. They are on Telegram, and they provide virtual desktops where you get your own profile and business manager. I will show you what it looks like. I personally use the Platinum Verified package, and it is a little bit expensive, but it is worth it in the long run, especially if you're, you know, spending thousands on Facebook ads. So just to show you what it looks like, once you sign up with them, they take about like 5 to 7 days to set you up. So it is a bit of a process. If you don't have a Facebook account ready to go now, I would definitely recommend you guys to look into this sooner than later, because we don't really want anything to kind of slow us down. We're expected to be running Facebook ads by week 3. And if we're waiting like a whole week for our account to be, you know, warmed up or set up, it's not ideal. So yeah, if you guys need a solution, let's try sort it out like this week before we even start. Okay. So once, if you buy this thing, you'll get a third-party desktop like this. And essentially you just like these are 3 separate profiles that I have, and each of them are tied to different computers in God knows where, like Mexico or like, I don't know, Turkey or something. And you log in through their device, which gives them you a unique IP, and then you can overcome the Facebook wall by, you know, launching from this. So that's what it looks like. If you guys need this help, just message me after this. We'll sort it out through the guys in Telegram, and we'll get it sorted. Okay. Now, if you don't want to run Facebook as your primary channel of paid outreach, that is fine. But I do want to kind of tell you guys the pros and cons of like Facebook versus not Facebook. Okay. So you don't need Facebook, but it is ideal. You can choose other primary methods such as like Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, TikTok, Google, YouTube, etc. All those other platforms more or less is going to be more reliable and more stable than Facebook. Okay. But the good thing about Facebook, and the reason why many people, including myself, still use it, even though it's a big clusterfuck, is it's because it's so powerful, and it's still undisputably the most powerful ad network in the digital marketing space at the moment. Has the most scalability and the most efficiency for conversion campaigns. Okay. Let me just take a pause here. So Edwina, what you had a question around the Launchpad?
I'm just wondering if we should be like duplicating the Launchpad if we want to customize it, because it's shared with all of us.
Yes.
If we start changing it, we're going to mess with it, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Cool.
So yes, please duplicate it into a new one. It's okay for now, because we're not going to be using this until you guys understand fully how to do it. So I guess duplicate it for now and play around with it. And then in terms of the actual how to use each part of it, we'll get in more depth about that at a later stage. For you, Edwina, your workflow is going to be slightly different actually. And I have something slightly different for you and Jordan.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's just slightly different. It's got like, yeah, I'll just show you after this.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, with Facebook, guys, yeah, it's really up to you guys. Some of the modules throughout this 12-week course is going to be very Facebook intensive. So if you guys don't know much about my background, I specialize in Facebook advertising, and it is probably the primary channel that I've used to scale up my stores. So if you decide not to use Facebook, that's fine, but you are going to miss out on a lot of value that I provide with Facebook advertising kind of stuff. So just keep that in mind. Facebook can be expensive though. So if you guys feel like it's not really for you, then I do recommend to start with something like Instagram shoutouts, which is something that Jordan has done in the past and was very successful for him. Right, Jordan?
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't work out how to do Facebook at all. So it's just purely through influential pages for my niche that I was working on at the time. And yeah, it worked really well. I was sort of going to bed at telling them to shout out at a certain time, waking up with a few thousand USD sales in the morning whilst I was asleep. So it was amazing.
Yeah. So that's definitely a powerful tool to use, and we can still systemize it so you don't have to schedule in the shout outs every day, because I know that can be a headache. There's still a flow that we can implement so your VAs make it automated for you. But it's probably best that we incorporate all channels as much as possible. So I would like, if possible, for everyone to explore all the channels rather than just choose one or two. But I know that it's not realistic for people with certain budgets they need to stick to and stuff like that. Okay, so let's move on. Facebook's going to be a real kind of in-depth thing we'll talk about probably week 3, I think. Now, how it's going to work, guys, this is essentially just the schedule and like the standard operations of things. There's going to be a weekly mastermind call every week. I think it's going to be, ideally, it will be the same time. So this time every Sunday or Saturday for you guys in the States. It's going to be 60 to 90 minutes. of pure content. Essentially, there's going to be some modules where it's going to be, you guys are going to have your input and discussion and things like that, but more or less it's going to be pure content, and then there's going to be Q&As before and after each call. The accountability, however, is going to be daily, even though the calls are weekly. Okay, so you need to use your execution sheet, the 12-week master planning sheet, every day, guys. Okay, I can't stress this enough. And like, you guys all signed up, and I'm sure you guys got the guarantee, is that I am guaranteeing you guys the 100K revenue in 12 weeks, but it's dependent on you guys following everything to the T. So one of the disclaimers is I'm not gonna be responsible for that guarantee if you guys aren't using your execution sheet every day. Okay, I can't stress that enough. So just really use that execution sheet. The accountability is daily on your end. And then also there's going to be weekly one-on-one catch-ups. That's going to be scheduled privately. So we'll either use Slack or WhatsApp to schedule in those times. You can private message me, just direct message me, or just add it in the schedule tab here. Okay. And then we'll schedule in the time. Usually the one-on-one calls will happen between Tuesday and Saturdays. Mondays is a no-go day for me. That's what I call my deep work days, where I kind of just zone out and do deep work for myself. So Mondays are usually out of the picture for me, but Tuesday to Saturdays will open up slots to do one-on-ones. Also, I really want to make this a group vibe. I really want you guys to network with each other and collaborate with each other. You guys, each individual member in here, can all bring something to the table. You guys are all, in your own worlds doing different things as well. And I think you guys can definitely collaborate and also like help each other. So in the Slack channel, I've created just a networking tab here. Feel free to do self-promotion if you want. If you want to promote your own stuff, that's totally fine. If you want to promote your services, your products, you can do that. You can sell stuff in here. That's totally fine. Okay. So do whatever you want in the networking tab. If you guys need help, if you guys need photographers and stuff, we all have different networks and things like that we can help each other with. So yeah, I think one of the key things for this 12-week thing, I think the group thing is going to be really a strong point, and I want to kind of use it for our advantage. Communication wise, Slack is going to be used for anything work related. So just work related chat, whatever else, content, resources, all going to be on Slack. WhatsApp more or less is going to be used for communication regarding schedule or admin related stuff. So, if you guys can't make it on a certain call one day, if you want to reschedule, if you're wanting to find the time for something, or if you guys, have anything, questions related to the schedule or admin, just WhatsApp is probably the best way. And Zoom, the thing that you guys are on now, that's the thing we're going to be using to do the weekly one-on-one catch-ups, as well as the weekly group calls. And then last but not least, I created a Facebook group. It's pretty bare bones at the moment, but I want us to use this. If you're not in this already, let me know. I'll invite you in. But I want to build this up to kind of be a community, and you can use this to share different articles, share results, ask questions, so on and so forth. For now, so it's just the 5 or 6 of us, but I think eventually it's gonna hopefully grow into a good tribe of people. And yeah, I think that's it. So the last thing I want to mention here is don't be shy, guys. Ask each other questions and ask me questions. And I want to work through challenges together. More or less, a lot of the times we're going to encounter problems that more than one of us is facing. So it's always good to know that other people are going through same challenges or issues, and to work through those things together as well always helps. So let's just collaborate, and we'll all get there faster. And I just want to have that mindset that there's no competition in here. It's just yourself, really, the competition, and the pie is big enough for everyone. And I want everyone here to fail out loud, meaning if there's something that you don't really understand, or if you're stuck with, don't just be quiet about it. Just really overly like ask for help. Like just, just reach out if there's anything that you're stuck with. So just fail out loud and like, let's celebrate the wins together. So even if small wins to big wins, if it's your first sale, like let's celebrate that together. Just everything. I think I want to use the group to kind of have it as like a momentum building thing as well. So yeah, that's it. So week 1 is going to start next Sunday, and it's going to be all about product research. So I want us to brainstorm product ideas, brainstorm niche ideas, brainstorm business ideas. Like, doesn't have to be drop shipping. It can be print on demand. It could be, digital products. It can be private label. It can be affiliate marketing, whatever you have in mind. It all works. So start brainstorming some of these things. In the meantime, the main point for this week is to get familiar with the resources and start using your 12-week execution sheet. So please fill out this sheet that you've done. Really just like fill it all out as much as you can. And once you've completed this to the level you're happy with, then schedule in a time to have a one-on-one call with me regarding this. And then after you've done that, feel free to check out all the other resources, have a read of the product cheat sheet, have a look at some of the other products in the Launchpad and the master sheet, and get a feel for the types of products and niches there are out there. And then just start brainstorming ideas for products and niches for next week's call. Okay. All right. Now I'm just going to open up some time for Q&A.
I've got no questions, but I'm so pumped for this week. It's come at the perfect time. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very excited, man.
Thank you.
In regards to like if 100K is the goal, and preferably with a higher margin, do you reckon drop shipping existing products is going to be an easier way, or exploring print on demand?
It's hard to pick one. Hey, both good, man. In terms of margins, I will say print on demand typically has slightly higher margins than drop shipping, but it's marginal. It's minimal difference. It could be like 4% difference. Although drop shipping has higher scalability, and the gravity of winning products in drop shipping are typically much greater than print on demand. But also the downside about drop shipping is like the competition is also higher than print on demand. With print on demand, you can get away with like unique designs and stuff, which is unique to you. But with drop shipping, you're up against competitors that could be ripping the same marketing angle, same thing as you. So it's really there's no right or wrong answer. Honestly, I'd be open to testing a hybrid store of both. I did that with one of my print on demand stores called Astro Peach. So it's like a store for astrology quotes for astrology chicks. And that's a print on demand store. And I had some drop shipping products on there for like crystals and things like that were drop shipped. So you don't have to go one way or the other. You can definitely do both.
Yeah, nice one. That worked pretty well with the whole hybrid thing.
Yeah, we led in with our print on demand products and then used our drop shipping products as upsells. We could have done it the other way too, but we just felt that it was more unique that way. But yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of potential, man.
Awesome.
Cool.
Are you going to be touching on Amazon, like selling on Amazon at all? Or is that like beyond the scope of this course? Is that like a channel if we're already doing drop shipping and like thinking about, because I know for like even guys who are doing like their own products.
Yeah.
Amazon is
Yeah. I will touch on Amazon FBA. It's not going to be like hardcore stuff, but okay. I'll tell you what I know about it and what I've done with it.
Okay.
just to tell you now, like the game of Amazon FBA is to rank. So in the first 2 weeks, you want to come in with a free or like very low ticket offer. So like, for example, you might come in at 99 cents just to get your reviews up and things like that. And we use that to drive our listing on the like bestseller list. And then we use different platforms together, like reviews, to get rankings. So yeah, we'll definitely talk about Amazon. It's not part of this program per se, but you know, it's going to be catered towards like what your goals are anyway at the end of the day. So whatever we miss in the group calls, I'm sure we can catch up about it on the one-on-one calls. Cool. Any other questions, guys?
I don't have any questions for now. I was gonna get started on the list of products and we'll go from there.
Yeah, for sure. Feel free to sign up for that Shopify trial, Max, and try some of those store templates that I put in Slack. That might save you some time for like creating the store as well. Yeah, and definitely check out the products. Any other questions, guys?
Oh, actually, I have one question. Sorry, do you want to go first?
No, go ahead. I have no more questions.
Oh yeah, like if you have different what is it called, products that they're not in the same categories, do you have the same store for it, or you have to be like, say you want crystal and you want to sell baby stuff, it has to be 2 different stores.
Right. Yeah.
All stores have something group like honey patch something. You sell all the baby stuff, and the other one is like all stuff for the bikes.
Yeah.
What if you want to sell both of them?
Yeah, great question. So it's up to you. What I recommend is in the beginning, if you don't have an idea for the niche or the product, to start with more or less a general store. It doesn't have to be general. It can be like a sub-general store. An example could be, if you just imagine something like Walmart or Kmart, like that is a general store. They sell many different products in different niches. We can do the same with our drop shipping store to make it a general store to test different category products. A lot of people teaching drop shipping, they also recommend doing one product stores. Reason why I recommend for you guys to not do that in the beginning is because we don't want to put all our eggs in one basket if we don't know if it's going to sell yet. So that is more phase 2. Once you have a winning product, then we can turn that store into more of a one product or a one niche store. In the beginning, I would like to keep it as general as possible to give you the best chance of finding a winning product.
Thank you. That's what I needed to know.
Great. Allison, did you have another question there?
Oh no, I was just saying that I didn't have any other questions.
It's probably really late for you now. You're like, oh, I want to go to bed now.
No, it's okay. Like my husband and my son are like out with our neighbors, like drinking beers. So I was like, I want to go join them. But no, this is wonderful. And I'm eager mostly to figure out how to like fix my Facebook, my low return on Facebook ad spend. So
oh yeah, we'll get there. So yeah, definitely.
But that's
write that in your execution plan.
Yep.
Great. Yeah, do you guys have any other questions?
No, man, I think I had some questions earlier, but I think you've pretty much gone through all of that stuff, and I think there's enough for information there for us to all go through, and review throughout the week. Then obviously during our calls we can probably catch up then.
Yep. Yeah.
One little one. I just tried to duplicate that Launchpad thingo just so I could play around with it. And it duplicates it. It only duplicates it within the group. Is there a way that you can like duplicate it and save it to your?
Yeah. Okay. Let me look into this.
That could be a later thing. Anyway.
Yeah, I think you can like download it as a template and then upload it. I'll definitely have a look for you, Edwina.
These systems are like going to be incredibly valuable, like to just have for tech. I've already got a team for my other business, but like just having all this stuff done is like, oh my, a dream come true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the stuff that like you don't see on the surface, right? Like the stuff behind the scenes.
Bro, I was looking at the same thing. I was like, damn, this is great. I was like, there's a lot of shit here, right?
Yeah, bro. And then the best part about it, guys, like you don't have to do shit. Like you let your VAs fill that out for you. I know like there's a lot of pages to fill out and stuff. Like I mean, like I won't say you don't have to do like you do have to do it. Like you still need to know how it works. But when it comes to the stage where you've got other people doing it for you, then it just becomes a lot easier to stay on top of it all.
100%, 100%. All right, great. Thank you so much, man.
Okay, great. Yeah, make sure you guys get that execution sheet done. Once that's done, schedule in a call with me, and then we'll go from there. And yeah, if I'll have a look at that Asana thing for you, Edwina.
Cool. Thank you.
Sweet. Okay, great. If that's all, I think that's all. I'll send the recording of this call in the Slack as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Wee. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
All right. Really excited to get started, guys. Like, yeah, let's get hype.
100%. Congrats to you too, bro, for setting this up, man.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right. Awesome. Bye, guys.
Take care.
See you.
Bye.